All right, I'm going to do a Malcolm Holcombe song called Dressed in White. Malcolm passed away a couple weeks ago. I'm going to share some thoughts about Malcolm here in a second, but let me go ahead and play this song. It said it's Dressed in White. Take on a little different meaning since he's passed on. Wrapped up in losing, hammered to the wall, in a dirty city searching, in my mind over there. Dressed in white forever, calling for the best, and the best her father offered. Told people come and go and why my mind on dressed in white, candles in the window flashing through the night, in the room upstairs a woman in my mind on dressed in white. Dressed in white forever, all for the best, best. Dressed in white forever, going for the best. The best her father offered, in my mind I'm dressed in white. The best her father offered, in my mind I'm dressed in white. Malcolm was one of maybe the only authentic singer and songwriter I've ever seen. And by that I mean, when he got up on stage, most normal people have people looking at him and they react to that. They try and accommodate it. They're trying to curry favor, as it were. And when Malcolm got on stage, you just got the sense there could be 10,000 people in the room or literally no one else, and it would make zero difference in his performance. I'm sure he, was trying to entertain and like people to like him. But he wasn't putting together a brand. He wasn't trying to advertise or sell. He was trying to codify or, what he was into a commodity that you could buy, sell, and trade. That's awesome. And you just don't see that. You just don't see that. Anyway, I love the guy. One of the most original guitar players you'll ever see. Wasn't trying to be Eddie Van Halen on the acoustic guitar, but he brought his own thing to it. And you could tell where he came from, Western North Carolina. You could hear the Appalachian, you could hear the bluegrass, you could hear all that stuff in his music. But he took that and added a strong sense of rhythm and percussion, and even an offbeat sense of it. Meaning a syncopated sense. So the song I just played, if I told folks the chords and they had never heard it before, I said, it's going to change here and here, they would probably say, most singer-songwriters would do like, which is pleasant, but it has no sense of rhythm, has no drive to it. And like I said, when Malcolm played, it just had a sense of rhythm, a drive. Even his slower songs, his ballads, whatever you want to call them, they had all that sense of rhythm and power to them. It's just awesome. His voice was kind of, for a lot of people, a hurdle, and I get it. I ain't trying to convince people otherwise, but for me, it was perfect. I loved his voice. I loved what he brought to a song. His songs are, the lyrics have a Malcolmese, his own sense of language, and his own sense of poetry, which is just awesome. And then the songs themselves, they were just so sturdy. Again, if you put them in the hands of most singer-songwriters, he has a song called Sparrows and Sparrows, and they'd kind of... And that's pretty, but it's not Malcolm. So, awesome songs, great songs, and then when he added himself to it, it was just a whole nother thing. Anyway, one of my all-time favorites, Malcolm Holcombe, passed on, crossing the Jordan to his reward. Thanks for all the music, Malcolm. Godspeed to you, brother. And Cindy Holcombe, if for some strange reason you were to ever come across this, I don't know you, and I didn't know Malcolm, but I got the sense from a great distance that you were shepherding him along and caring for him, and as a Christian, kind of demonstrating, from my perspective as a Christian, kind of demonstrating all the things that are actually even more important than the great music that Malcolm shared. That fundamental mercy and grace and care for one another. Just awesome. And I got the sense that Malcolm had that sense of generosity and mercy and grace that a lot of people don't have. I heard a guy who played with Malcolm a lot say that Malcolm was one of the only people who would, just walk up to a homeless person and just have a conversation with them like they were human. And I say like they were human because they were human. They are human. And he treated them as such. Again, that's just part of the authenticity of who Malcolm was. Anyway, I'm babbling now. Thank you, Malcolm, and thank you, Cindy, for all the things you did, not only for Malcolm, but for exhibiting that grace and mercy and care. That's awesome. That's all I got. Thanks.